Well, the tort reform movement, I've watched it during my career and take over the dialogue. And it's really I think it's a scam, because the people that they're trying to convince that it's tort reform, what it is actually is not reform, it's just taking away their rights, their legal rights, their rights to a trial by jury, their rights to have their grievances heard, their right to a even playing field.
Take Justice Back is a campaign that was born out of necessity. The civil justice system was under attack, is under attack, and this gives us an outlet for communicating that fact to average Americans who don't know what's going on.
The people who have never been injured by somebody's negligence, they don't know about this until it happens to them, and that's a small percentage, thank goodness, of the population. So to get across to the general public how these rights are so important. For instance, if we didn't have these rights, then there would be dangerous products, dangerous drugs, exploding cars. We would go back to where the manufacturers and people are not held accountable if they harm the public. So they don't realize that that's what's involved in this campaign to do away with the civil justice system.
Most people, frankly, just don't have any clue. They don't have any idea. They would have no way to know. They hear phrases like frivolous lawsuits and things like that, and they think that's the sum of the story, and it isn't. So we showcase people who have actually been victimized by the injustices of tort reform, whose cases have been thwarted or prevented entirely because of these unjust laws and practices. And we showcase these as a way of showing people what is really going on out there. So our first job is to get people to understand the facts and hear the truth. And the goal is to do that in a way and so that people come away concluding what they conclude, and that we think the truth sort of speaks for itself in these things.
Last year, we rejuvenated our Trial Lawyers Care program. We had represented in 2001 over 1,100 victims of 9/11 pro bono. The Dallas trial lawyers took 75 cases, and they were all tried in New York City. So it's a great way to show our lawyers caring about our community. And now we're spotlighting, through Trial Lawyers Care, lawyers doing good all over the country. We all have this piece of Atticus Finch in us. And as I travel around the country, I see this so much. Every time I speak to a large group, I ask them to send us their stories. And a lot of people, most of them actually, are not looking for any kind of publicity. They're just out there in their community, giving back to their community.
Take Justice Back is a similar kind of program in that both of them are designed to address a massive PR effort that has been going on for years to tarnish the reputations of the legal profession in general and the civil justice system in general. And both of these are efforts, two-pronged efforts really, to combat that and get people to see what's really going on. So you talk about from a marketing standpoint, I think that all trial lawyers ought to be a part of these efforts because this is important. This is what helps advance the cause of civil justice, and it advances the reputation of trial lawyers nationwide and helps potential clients sort through all the that gets thrown out from the other side. This is an organic process. We have some very big plans for it long term that I'm not prepared to talk about just yet, but it's safe to say that Take Justice Back is not going to be simply a website. It's a campaign and a very strategic one over time. It's a big, big job to try to change the tone of the national debate.
We have our efforts here in the Capitol, making sure that unjust laws are not passed. But then out in the communities, each person is our spokesperson. And it's important to us that they know that and that they care about that and that they want to present themselves in the best way. And I'd say 95% of them have the heart, and we're just encouraging them to show it.